Alright, confession time. How many of you have spent hours on your website tweaking things, changing the copy, switching out photos, even changing the template or the theme? Me. I have been known for being a perfectionist and having indecision. So if you are like me, then this video is for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ideas to Impact Entrepreneur Show. I'm your host, Lauren Black, creative strategist and owner of Bosscation, a business retreat in a box to help business owners like you break free from your daily grind to strategically plan for your business. So my last blog post was all about 7 setbacks that are holding back business owners from reaching their potential and finding success. These are common things that all of us struggle with. Things like indecision and perfectionism, time management, or confidence. So if you haven't caught the blog post, I've got a link to it below. You can either go read it now and come back or catch it later. But basically, there are things that if we don't learn to work through them, then they're going to hold us back from our potential. For me, those two things are indecision and perfectionism. I'm combining them today because I feel like they go along with each other pretty well. A lot of times, my indecision comes from trying to be perfect, trying to choose the best option, and so I get so caught up in this or that and this and that that I can't move forward. So if that's you, you need to do a few things. The first one is you need a mindset change. Now I know that's not really what you wanted to hear, and that sounds like the easy thing that everybody's told you that, oh, you just need to make a decision and move forward, but really you need to be better at making faster decisions and breaking free from perfectionism. It takes work and it takes intentionality to break free from that. For me, as a designer, I could spend hours and hours tweaking my designs and making it perfect and coming up with new ideas. But honestly, a lot of things are going to change down the road anyway. Bosscation branding, I came up with that in like 2 days, where I could have spent months coming up with the branding. Or I could have gone back later and started tweaking things and changing things, but I knew that that wasn't my highest priority. Bosscation could change in the future. I could figure out and narrow my niche even further and decide that no one likes the tropical design. But I needed to pick something to move forward because to me, the strategy guides and creating the content and getting my name out there and informing my audience of what this is all about and helping people, that took precedent. So certain things, it all comes down to prioritizing. So we get caught up in these decisions about things that aren't even important. Which website template you choose when you're first starting out is not important. Pick one and move on. You'll most likely change in 6 months to a year when your business really takes off, and so just pick something and go with it. And that will help you start making faster, more wise decisions. And another part of this is setting a timeline for yourself. Because if you know that you have a deadline and that you're only giving yourself until the end of the week to finish something, then you're going to be better about choosing the wiser thing. So I'm not telling you to just make decisions off a whim and just do things sloppily. That's not going to help anyone. But you need to be strategic, and you need to learn how to do those strategic decisions a little bit faster so that you're not wasting time on things that aren't critical. So one way to do this is to talk it out. So either talking to yourself, either in the mirror or while driving, or even recording yourself. But a lot of times when you speak it out, then you find that clarity. And you can speak it to a business friend, a coach, maybe your mastermind group. Be very careful with the people that you talk things through with so that you're not just crowdsourcing your issue and going to Facebook groups and asking a million people who may not be your ideal clients or know anything about your business to give you their opinion, because then you're just going to be pulled in different directions and you're going to choosing a path based on popular opinion of these people who might not know anything about your business. And eventually when you start going down the wrong path, you'll realize you need to take a step back and change things. Then you're going to be bitter and have resentment towards the people who shared that with you, but you're also now taking a step back. You want to be making progress in your business. Even if it's not the end-all be-all best path for you, it's most likely not destructive, because if there was something really that bad that was going to destroy your business, I think you'd know better than to choose it. So the decisions we have are usually pretty equally balanced, and that's why we get so torn and we take so much time to decide on them, because they're so similar. So talking it through with business friends who understand your business can be a great way to express yourself. And sometimes by the end of it, you've already convinced yourself and you don't even need them to answer. Or what I've seen happen in mastermind groups before is someone has a question, they present their options, and by the time they're done, the rest of the group knew exactly what direction they needed to take. Because their body language, their expressions, the way they present it, they laid out there exactly what they knew they needed to do. They were just looking for confirmation. And sometimes it's not the easy route. We look for people to kind of justify and give us that nudge towards the easy route when we know deep down we need to take the longer path. For me, that decision was the Bosscation box. So I've got this box full of swag and self-care items and the printed strategy guide to help people work through planning out their content or planning out their next launch so they can actually take action and get things done. And so many coaches and my sister were telling me, they're like, that sounds like so much extra work to have to deal with the box and printing and shipping and finding wholesale items to include so you can keep the price at a low point. And yes, it's a lot of work, but I've realized every time I try to get away from it and ask people on Instagram or ask my friends and family, I keep having to go back to my reasons why. Why am I doing this in the first place? Why am I helping my clients in this way? What's going to be the most impactful for them? And every single time it comes back to this physical box and the physical strategy guides. So I know that's what I need to do. So we can fight it all you want, but you're just going to keep yourself from moving forward. The next thing is to ask the right questions. This is critical because we can write a pros and cons list, but in the end, not every pro and not every con are weighted the same. So you need to be asking yourself, what's the most important? What's the priority here? For me, one thing that I learned the hard way was when I was coming up with the first strategy guides for Bosscation, I had a live group of beta testers, 8 people, meeting me in person to go through these for the first time. And I was trying to make it pretty and look like a finished product. So as I was working through the content, I was styling every page and working on the fonts, but I was prioritizing the design over the content. So guess what happened? I didn't finish the workbooks. The end section, which was all about your timeline and your to-do list, which was one of the most important pieces of the book, I literally just had a blank page that said, write your timeline here. I mean, that's not helpful to anyone. That doesn't give me the feedback on the workbooks that I was beta testing for, and it doesn't help the clients to be able to get anything done. But I was putting all of my time and effort tweaking and perfecting the design, which I ended up changing later, by the way. And when I should have been working on prioritizing the content. So you need to weigh out your options when you're making decisions, large or small. So for you, you might know your stress level and that you can't build a business that's going to make you stressed. So you might have a decision that your stress level for that option is the number one most important thing. So you might be ranking one at a stress level of 5 and one at a stress level of 10. Times that by 3. And then your next second priority, times that one by 2. And anything else just is a solid 5 or 10 or 2. So if you're confused at all, I know it's hard to explain it in person. I've got a free guide for you if you want to download it at bosscation.com/decision. So it'll help you with these decisions. It'll help you work through these weighted decisions. Because when you rank things and you multiply them by their importance level, then you're able to get a little more analytical of an answer. So for me, I am all about picking the right decision and being strategic. And so I can't just look at a list of pros and cons that there might be 20 pros on that list, but they're all petty little things. You can't really go off of that. And the other part of making wise decisions and asking yourself the right questions is looking at what are your goals and look at the long term. How does this affect you long term? How does this affect the people around you, either your loved ones or your clients long term? I know if you have a goal of being a known speaker and going all around the country speaking at conferences, and you have the opportunity to speak at a small conference that's not really well known and has none of your ideal clients, or to attend as just a normal attendee a conference that's full of people who have the potential to hire you as a speaker? Which one's the right decision? In the short term, you think that taking the speaking job would be the thing that's helping you towards your long-term goal. But if that one speaking job, yeah, it might get you on your resume, but if it doesn't mean anything anyway, whereas you've got the opportunity to meet people who could set you up with 10 perfect, impactful speaking jobs, that seems to be the one that fits your long-term goals a little better. I've got a whole bunch more questions that I could keep going through, but I've got them all in my free guide. So make sure you go download that, bosscation.com/decision. And I've got the link up there so you can just click, or in the show notes below. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you do to break through from indecision and perfectionism. And stay tuned to my other videos. Hit subscribe if you need, because I've got more to share about how to overcome business setbacks. That's all for now. Bye.